You get the product and you feel like you've been cheated on.
If your experience requires that the person has trust and you do anything to break that trust, they immediately go cross shop. If you're more introverted, let the work speak for itself. Post the questions you have, post the proposal. Like I said, come with homework, right? I always say UX is not a job, UX is an outcome.
We've all been there. You create a campaign that it's stunning. Creatives are 10 out of 10 and clicks are pouring in. But then you look at the product and it's a mess. What you've promised your product can keep and you're caught in the middle of it. So the gap between marketing promise and product reality is what we are going to talk about today on Birch Talks. I'm Christian, your host. And here at Birch, we're going to talk about use cases, some frameworks, and provide insights that can help you create and build better campaigns. And for that, today, we have our guest, Kevin Hawkins. Kevin, thank you very much and thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
First of all, I would like to ask you, have you ever found yourself at a situation where there's an add to product gap? The campaign is already running and you don't know what to do.
More times than I wish. So this add to product gap, this like marketing to product gap is very common. I think every company has to bridge it. My favorite example of this is one that we all know is, let's say, travel, hospitality, hotels. We've been the customer. We all have traveled. We've all gone somewhere. So you can imagine what it feels like. The hotel or the country or the property wants to sell you the dream, the outcome, the perfect birthday, the perfect anniversary, New Year's Eve, Easter, whatever it may be. They focus on the thing you're going to get out of it, that memory with your family or friends, with your kid. They don't focus on the 85 room types and whether you get breakfast or parking or whether it's loud or whether the property is downtown and a chaos to get to. And so the ad often focuses just on the like nice to have experience.
Totally.
And we all know what can happen when things don't go that way.
You get the product and you feel like you've been cheated on. So how do you maybe assess before running that campaign or launching that campaign, how do you assess these gaps?
Yeah, so I think for campaigns, it's very interesting. Campaigns always run, let's say, simultaneous to product development. Campaigns are happening all the time, and it's not as if you start the product process only when the campaign runs. The product already exists. So it's really important that you look at the delta, the gap between how you promise the experience to be and what the experience actually is. I always start with an audit. If the campaign is talking about ease of use, about affordability, about simplicity, about speed, go and audit your experience for speed and simplicity. Oftentimes, like I said, in the hotel industry, you're focusing on the outcome of the perfect trip. You're not talking about what is the difference between a courtside or courtyard room and a seaside, whether you should get breakfast or not, whether your particular room is over that loud, busy bar or club. And so it's really not even just simplicity, it's also a psychological challenge. If you promise simplicity and the first thing you have to go through is a wall of options and choices,
Yeah.
there's a gap.
How do you find that aha moment, that promise that you can really keep? How does that happen?
Yeah, so like I said, the aha moment is much more psychological than it is a specific moment in the user journey.
Okay.
So think about, let's say, like classic design process. You do the journey map, you kind of map all the touch points from the ad or the campaign to the landing page, to the welcome email, to their first time in the product. Maybe you have a guest experience for people who don't have an account. And then eventually you get to conversion, you get their account and you track conversion. In all of those steps, there's drop off, right? We all know the R like funnel, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, they're aware you've done the campaign. Maybe it took a couple campaigns for them to actually click, and then they actually use the product, and maybe there's some additional friction. If your experience requires that the person has trust, and you do anything to break that trust, they immediately go cross shop. So in the hotel space, I come in, I don't trust the reviews because the reviews, I don't know if they're also like me. Are they a couple? Are they a family?
Yeah.
Are they young? Are they old? Do I trust their opinion? The prices, there's so many options here. If I keep changing breakfast, room size, dates, the prices keep changing. Should I cross shop and look for a better price? The photos, perfect photos. But hotels are not perfect. So I want to have photos from people who actually went there. So at each step, you're looking at how can I do my best job here? And oftentimes we just stop at the bare minimum. So that aha moment comes when they finally feel like, this is what I was sold. I see that exact same experience available. I can buy it, and the price and the experience match my expectations.
Totally. So how do you prevent a user from dropping out on day one when they realize that, I mean, maybe you made a promise that it's real and you can keep, but not on day one. So how do you prevent that from happening?
Yeah, let's talk about that phrase, right, from day one. I think in today's age, you have seconds, right, to get a promise to feel believable.
Yeah,
Not that you deliver in seconds, but the attention span for people is very low. So
100%.
product has to perform. Performance in this case is like speed. It needs to load really well. It needs to be able to see all the information that I want to consider for my choice. So if your information, let's say the website is like beautiful, your product is beautiful, but I can't see the reviews. I can't see the photos. I can't see any of the context I need to make the choice. I have to go hunting for it. You've already lost some people. And let's say you make it super dense and everything is right there. Is the information tailored to what I was sold, right? So if you did a targeted campaign, is that information being passed to the product? And is that page I'm landing on also targeted? If you targeted families looking for a vacation for Semana Santa, for Easter week, for Holy Week, and I get to the page and all the hotels are sold out on those dates, what was the point of that campaign? So you're really looking for a one-to-one match between what I was sold and the quickest path to get that. And so, like in Booking's case, they did a really good job where they would target specific hotels in the campaigns, not just go to this city or go to this country. Like, go to these 2 or 3 properties. We think you'll love a countryside resort that's in a historic house that's away from the city. And the campaign delivers that by only showing you, short-term rental houses, villas, and that's a promise that you can keep because you know that property is what you were sold. This is way different than a generic search
Yeah.
of an entire city.
My understanding is, right, that when you are creating those campaigns and you're looking for that match between marketing and product, that you don't overpromise either, no? Because maybe you can keep those promises, but don't overpromise it from day one and just keep targeting them along the way. And you have to keep selling the experience, I guess.
Exactly.
Most teams plan every campaign in a spreadsheet, then rebuild the whole thing by hand in Ads Manager, burning time in a copy-paste exercise. With Verge, that sheet is the ultimate ad launcher. Stage maps your copy, your URLs, your creatives from Drive, and builds the ads for you. Scentbird reclaimed about 40% of their weekly campaign time with Verge. Skip the rebuild. Only in June, the first 2 months are on us. YouTube exclusive. Find the promo code in the description and apply it after your free trial. I feel like most of the companies don't have like a figure that has the formal contract of having to bridge the gap between marketing and product. It seems like there's a little bit of friction there. So for those marketers that are listening to us today, what are the benefits from working closely with product?
It's a good question. There are so many, but I think it's mutual. I don't think it's one way.
Okay.
I think that both marketing and product and sales and anyone who is in like a customer support or success role have much more to gain than to lose by talking to each other. It's the number one role that I play is being the bridge between departments. I always say UX is not a job, UX is an outcome. What happens to the user is every touch point. It's the sales, it's the ads, it's the landing page, it's the emails, it's what happens when things go wrong and they call for support or they email or they chat us. All of us are delivering a user experience, right? And so when marketing works close with product, what you normally see is you see very little remorse. Right? You don't see this thing where I just bought this thing, but I don't feel like I'm sure that I bought the right thing. You see in the retail space, a lot less returns, right? A lot less support calls. Support calls are very expensive. Like humans trying to manage a frustrated customer or user is always worse than, let's say underselling and being honest and kind of preventing problems, right? Proactive versus reactive. But then think about it the other way. So if the product is amazing, why not show the product? So many marketers actually don't use the UI of their product, let's say in the B2B space, and they don't even go into the details of the steps in the B2C space. So if you know it's 3 steps and you know your competitors are 7 steps,
Yeah,
use
show
it.
it. Yeah, show it.
Right? If it's as easy as put a country in, put the dates, pick a price, let's do it. A great example was British Airways. They redid their whole app, and I think it was called like Find, Book, Manage. So you go in, you look for places you want to go, you find destinations, you book the perfect flight, maybe you get a hotel with it or a rental car. And then after you've booked, now you're managing existing tickets. Maybe you're upgrading or checking in, things like that. The entire product is in 3 sections. Find, book, manage. It almost writes itself.
It's beautiful, yeah. I mean, talking about working closely, marketing with product, and also different departments, as you were mentioning, it's always great, no, to have these moments of sharing. But sometimes we have different interests, right? Different departments are thinking about different things. They have their own objectives. How would you recommend a marketeer to provide feedback to a product team without sounding like they are trying to just ask for bigger buttons?
I always love this example of bigger buttons. Okay, so I'll take a playbook out of the like executive playbook.
Yeah.
They don't have time to go into 10,000 meetings and ask for these super detailed, nuanced things. What they do is they capture their experience. So the short answer is dog fooding. If you think something is better, show it. It can be a competitor. It can be another part of the product. It can be from something that's not even in the same industry. My most favorite thing we used to do at Glovo, let's say before the acquisition, is we would always look at completely different segments. So B2C food shopping is very similar, let's say, to B2C clothes shopping.
Yeah.
People tend to buy things more when there's a photo. Why don't restaurants always have photos? People like to buy things when their friends have bought it and when they know that that thing is popular amongst their peers. Why is there no social proof when you buy food? You know?
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you because I struggle with that. I'm a Glovo user. I love to order food. I hate cooking myself. And every time I'm looking for, I don't know, I want an Asian restaurant, I want to experience something new, and I go and there are no photos, or I don't see that, I don't see the product, I don't click. I drop out. I have to look for that.
Yeah. And we used to do tests where if the restaurant had the exact same thing with without the photo, like 40% higher conversion with the photo and like a minute and a half less time shopping around in the restaurant if they had a photo. Because the ones with photos sell more and you're faster to pick them, especially if it matches your expectations.
In the end, providing information when giving that feedback always validates the intention of the marketeer. It's not only asking and requiring, but come with the job done, with some homework behind.
Exactly.
I love that. And maybe just to finish and wrap it up a little bit, we've mentioned how not many companies have that figure that bridges the gap. So someone always has to step in and has to take that job on their shoulders, and they have to fix that kind of communication and making those two teams work better. But it's not an easy job when you're working cross-functionally. So how would you advise people that find themselves in these situations? Because it happens not only in marketing and product, there's always someone bridging gaps out there.
So I'm in a unique position because as VP of design, research, content, and strategy.
We're talking about cross-functionality, you're the person.
You know, like a lot of people don't actually see the problems I see.
Yeah.
You know, I'll see a product solution that is nearing completion.
Yeah.
It's been 4 months. It's been a really big new product launch, new market segment. And then I'll see a new feature coming in the pipeline and I know they clash. But because neither of them are in the actual product yet, the two teams working on them don't see the conflict. Because like they use the product every day and there's nothing like this.
It's their job, it's their focus.
Yeah, they make a new thing and then that new thing and the not so new thing collide. So it's my job to kind of always, think about what are we releasing and when is it coming out and what's the context? Not just seasonality, but also, let's call it the left hand and the right hand don't know what they're doing. Like I need to make sure all the teams are swimming in the same direction, but also aren't doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And so to avoid burnout, what I like to do is I like to distribute knowledge very carefully about what I'm looking for in success. So let's say my success metrics oftentimes are how many times does someone contact support or help for this given task? So I don't go to the feature level or the team level, I go to the task. Anyone who touches this task should be focusing on the feedback about that task.
Mm-hmm.
And this prevents a lot of conflicts, because if you just look at a feature, maybe there are 3 features in a product that do the same thing,
Yes.
right? So go back to the British Airways example for the manage an existing flight or trip. Checking in and picking a seat are oftentimes in the same user flow.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you check in before you book a seat, you
Yes.
book a seat and check in at the same time. Those 2 teams don't talk and they ship things all the time. There can be a very easy conflict.
That's
and
crazy.
for a user, that's within minutes,
Yeah.
right? That's within seconds of the same
100%.
experience. So I shouldn't just look at feedback for the check-in flow from the check-in team. I should also look at feedback for booking a seat, for upgrading, for let's say passport scanning. All the features tied to pre-arrival, pre-flight are relevant to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to keep teams really focused on what is the goal the customer has.
Totally.
They don't wake up in the morning and say, I need to book a flight and book a seat. No. They're like, I want a better seat. It's a really long flight. I want to fly business class, or I want to fly in the emergency exit row.
Yeah.
And I have kids and I want all of us to sit together,
Yeah.
right? That means checking in, booking a seat, paying for an upgrade, multiple tickets.
You must feel also sometimes a little bit lonely because you're the only one thinking about that. You have all these teams working in different projects. They are kind of isolated, and you're in the middle of it, like thinking of all these problems that you might find.
Yeah.
How are you still alive? How are you? How did you make it?
The same advice I give to myself as I give to everyone, which is, the reason and how I can do all of it without burning out is you share the workload. There's someone who's in data, there's someone who maybe you have friends at lunch, who works in support, someone who works in sales. Anyone who has touched the space, anyone who has experience in the space, maybe someone who worked at a competitor who came to this company, adjacent teams, you just go hang out with them and you share the problem. You're like, I'm trying to solve this. I think we can solve this. I think we can do this better.
Yeah.
What do you think? I know you're working on the step before or after me. I know you did a campaign recently on the new and improved, My Account. And My Account mostly has existing customers who have tickets. And I'm going to work on an improved check-in. So obviously we have similar goals here.
I like that.
So you kind of find people who have the knowledge. You share your perspective, they share theirs. And more importantly, you probably should be tracking, let's say, like as a tribe, that these 5 people, we all do the same thing every day. So we should be sharing all the time.
I like it. I guess, you're very good at networking. You're great at chatting. So I guess that's easy for you. But yeah, if you're out there also struggling, you need help. So build a network around you. And I think that's the way to do it, no?
Yeah. And then share in public. I think the number one thing for people who are maybe, I'm on the more extroverted side.
Yeah, 100%. I can tell.
If you're more introverted, let the work speak for itself.
Okay.
Like post the questions you have, post the proposal. Like I said, come with homework, right?
Yeah.
So if you have an idea, you think we can do it better, why do you think you can do it better? And what questions did you have that you feel like you're answering? Share those questions and the answer, not just the answer.
I love that. Do the homework, come with questions, network.
Yeah.
All these are great advice. So thank you very much, Kevin. Actually, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
But we are not done. First, I want to cheers with you.
Salud.
The team has prepared the game for you before we leave.
Ooh, game.
And I have to tell you, I tried to play myself, and it's not an easy game, but I'm here to help you. So I have here some taglines, that have been used in some recent campaigns by different companies. Okay. The challenge here is, well, first of all, I will read these taglines to you, and you have to try to guess the company if you can. But if you can't guess the company, it would be ideal if you can come up with maybe the kind of product that they might be selling, the kind of promise that they are trying to solve.
Okay.
Lovely. The first one, genius ends in us for a reason. Genius ends in us for a reason.
Oh, this is starting off with a hard one as well.
Yeah.
I'll just be very candid. I feel like the word genius is almost owned by Apple. That's the first thing I think about when I hear genius. Either knowledge or documentation.
There's something about collaboration. Look, I told you guys it was difficult, so I'm sorry. We're going to pass on the next one, but I'm going to show you. So this was actually Figma, but you can keep this one for you. it's not easy. You can tell that the team was mean with that one.
Interesting. Yes.
Love that. This one is interesting. Okay, so the tagline is the world on mute. That's how you went on mute
World on mute.
after you heard it.
Immediate thought is like noise cancellation.
Love that. Checkpoint.
Right?
That's you got somewhere.
Either software or headphones that have it, but probably software.
Man, you've hit it. It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
So I'm gonna share it again. The world on mute. It's loop earplugs.
Perfect.
Which actually, I think you that's spot on. So
Yeah.
1 out of 2, they are actually, well, fun fact with them, we are going to soon have them also participating. Well,
Okay.
the person that is behind the viral campaigns,
Nice.
with loops, we work with them and they are going to sit with us soon.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Loop. I talked about noisy hotels. And I travel a
True,
lot.
we were talking about it before. Yeah.
And also my ears are not as young as they used to be. And they have a version, of course, but it's not fully mute, but like sound reduction.
Okay, this one, actually, this is my favorite one. Let's see how you do with this one. So, turn your bathroom into a classroom. Turn your bathroom into a classroom. I know, like so many things come up into your mind.
I don't like the idea of a bathroom having an audience. So I
I
don't know.
know.
Okay. It has to do with singing.
It doesn't
Okay,
have to
no.
do with singing in the shower. No?
Yeah, I was like,
But you did pretty good. It's learning,
okay.
and it's actually Duolingo.
Duolingo.
Yeah.
Oh, because people use the app on their bath and the toilet?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But then, actually, what they did here is they just have this paper that also is teaching you when you're.
Oh, they have the
That's
link,
kind
the
of-
translation on each toilet paper.
Yes, yes, it's interesting.
Because nature is the best personification.
It's a good one. We will give it to them. That's a good one.
This is the kind of thing that at a conference I would keep. You know, like a toilet paper roll with different translations on it. I'd be like, okay, I have enough pens.
Yeah.
This is gonna be kept. This is great.
2 points out of 3. I think it's good. We'll clock in when you clock out.
You clock in and you clock out. Some kind of automation, work productivity tool. What's the color of the logo?
Okay, so the color of the logo is green and blue, and the company is big in the States.
Interesting.
I think if I give you this one, okay, you still have chances to win at this game. You will be 3 against 2. Okay, so this one is actually Waymo.
I would have never picked that.
It was difficult. It's not
Self-driving cars, picking you up after work.
you clock
Okay.
out, they are clocking in.
This is very San Francisco marketing, as if people are taking taxi cabs every single day after work. But okay.
Yeah, it's very specific to the market. I'll give you that one. So it's a half point for you.
Okay,
It's a half
okay.
point. And the last one, okay? So need to get on the same page. This is it.
Okay, I feel like it's some kind of document product,
Lovely.
like Dropbox paper or something like this. Needs to get on the same page. Again, either productivity or collaborative like thing. Like I would say like Miro or Fig Jam.
Again, another point for Kevin. You've done amazing. So it was actually Notion.
Notion. Okay.
You've hit it. It was there. It was there.
Both. Collaborative and documentation. Cool.
You got it.
Makes sense.
Thank you very much, Kevin. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Actually, I want to have more conversations with you. He's a very interesting man. Make sure you follow him on LinkedIn and ask him more questions about the matter. The 3 main takeaways from our conversation today would be, first of all, and this one, I won't take the credit for this one. This is on him, would be always keep auditing. Always keep auditing, find those gaps. Always question yourself, right?
Yep.
Okay, what would be the second one, you'd say?
The second one is like you have to hunt for those aha moments. You have each campaign, you have each customer segment, you have each product or feature, And there's always going to be some gap between marketing and the product. So you have to really look for them continuously.
Lovely. And just to finish, if you are in that cross-functional position, network. If you network, you're gonna get out of it alive. So search for champions. But actually, I'm gonna move the camera back to Kevin because I like what he said. Don't search for champions,
Be the champion.
be the champion. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Please hit the subscribe button if you can relate to the content. If you liked it, we will come back with more content similar with cool professionals like Kevin today. In the comment section, please share those moments where you found add to product gaps, something that you have experienced. Share it with the community and we will all learn from it. And again, Kevin, thank you very much. Pleasure.
Happy to be here. It was great. See you.